Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be building the best team possible for less than 100,000 MT in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM with a couple minor caveats that I will explain later in the video, and I hope they make sense to y'all. I think it's very justifiable. Regardless, before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 20,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Trying to hit 20K by the end of the month of February, which means we got to average about 60 subscribers a day over the next almost 4 weeks. So would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. We're going to start off with the point guard. Starting point guard is going to be Anthony Black. Really solid budget point guard. I think he is basically a budget Penny Hardaway. 6'7", 6'7" wingspan, has a good release, good speed, dunks the ball pretty well, not insane, but definitely solid. Defensively, he's very solid. He's got D-Book's push cross, and I just think he's a really nice, versatile card. He doesn't have speed booster, he doesn't have limitless, doesn't have anchor. I mean, there's some badges he's missing for sure, but at the same time, D-Book dribble style means he has an elite push cross. I really do like his release. Half catch and shoot is nice. He slashes through him at a pretty solid level. Does a lot of things really well. I think he's a really good card. I think he is a very good option at the point guard position. For 21,000 MT, he's one of the most expensive players on this team, but he's definitely a very good one. Speaking of 21,000 MT budget beasts, Peyton Watson, the best card, well, the best budget card on this team is 6'7" with a 6'10" wingspan, hot spots from nearly everywhere, 90 speed at 93 ball, solid slasher, great defender, has anchor, clamps, glove, interceptor, menace, pick dodger, pogo stick, post lockdown, not to mention half off ball pass, blow by, fearless finisher. He has gold bulldozer, fast touch, posterizer, and precision dunker, which in my opinion are the 4 most important finishing badges. His shooting badges are elite, really only missing Agent 3, and yes, he doesn't have bailout break starter. I would add those, but he's got all the other key playmaking badges, which is really nice. He can actually put the ball on the floor at a high level, be a ball handler, while having a super smooth, quick release, limitless range, great slashing. Like, there's literally nothing this card doesn't do well, and that is rare out of a budget card, especially this early in the year. He is an absolute budget monster, and a must-have on this team, to be completely honest. At the 3, we go with a little bit more of an offensive 3 than normal. It's Caleb Houston. Still a good defender, though. He's also 6'8", so he's got good size. Great release, 7-foot wingspan. Not the fastest, but he's got a 92 3-ball. Great shooting badges. Playmaking isn't incredible, but admittedly, he's your tertiary playmaker. You got Peyton Watson and Anthony Black there to handle the ball. Defensive badges are solid, not insane. He's not the greatest interior defender in the world. Again, you're probably going to want Peyton Watson to be more of your lock. But he's got a great release, and he's got the Curry slide, Steph's drag back as well. So he's got a couple of SIGs that are really good for movement. Pro has a really nice diagonal to down dribble style, or push cross as well, which is really nice. So he's actually got 3 really nice SIGs that you can work with: a good fade, a great release, and the Curry slide. I mean, it's he's an awesome tertiary ball handler, a capable defender, great size, 10K MT for the card. Really good value option. At the 4, this is caveat number 1, Chet Holmgren. If you don't have Chet Holmgren at this point, I don't know what you're doing. But even if you don't have Chet Holmgren, it will take you a total of what? 3 hours to get the card if you grind him out, maybe 4 max. This is a card you need to get immediately. If you are any sort of nobody set player, he is a must-have. He is not hard to get. He is a card you should already be close to or have if you have been playing the game a decent bit since New Year's. He is arguably still the best power forward in the game, an absolutely elite all-around card who shoots the ball at a very high level, great defender, versatile defender, super athletic, great shooter, has good speed, solid release, good fade. Even some of his movement is decent. Chet Holmgren's an absolute monster, and he is a must-have free card in my team. And yes, I understand that generally I don't include free cards. You should already have this card probably realistically, and if you don't, you need to get him. Speaking of easy to get must-have free cards for even a starter squad, Joel Embiid. All you got to do to get this card is score 70 points in a game one time. Go play one offline challenge, like one offline domination game. Score 70 points in the game with a player one time, and you will get this Embiid. Super duper easy to get. Again, he's totally free. And I think he's one of the best centers in the game. Both of those guys are pretty much must-haves on any sort of budget squad. You got to get them. They're not hard to get. They are the only 2 actual free players that I am including on this list because I don't want this list. Well, I'm going to include one more. I'm sorry. There's 3 free cards that I'm including on this list, and I will explain why that is for the last one as well. But I think they're all very justifiable. As we could say, the last one is Tyrese Halliburton. He is also super easy to get. All you have to do is download the MyTEAM mobile app, which is available now on Android and on iPhone in the United States. Also in Canada, it's available. So that is all you have to do is download the app and play literally one game on your phone. You don't even have to win the game. You just have to complete a game. You get a free pink diamond to Tyrese Halliburton. So you can get all three of those cards for free. Tyrese is not quite as good as Embiid or Chet are, but at the same time, he's statistically great. He's got great all-around stats and badges. His release just sucks. That's the one thing about this card that isn't good, but everything else about him is elite, and especially the playmaking badges. He moves quite well. He's a good finisher. He's even got Hoff posterizer, nice dribble style, good movement, good drag back. Does a ton of things well. His release just sucks, which holds him back as a card, but at the same time, on a team like this, he's still a great free card to have. I think it's totally fair to include these 3 free cards, man. You got to have them, especially early if you're starting off, and I think it's really easy to get all 3 of them, especially Embiid and Tyrese, so I think it's totally fair to include them on a list like this. Also allows for a little more flexibility in other areas. Julian Strawther, another 10K MT shooting guard, another elite budget card. Great release, great shooter, moves pretty well, really versatile defender. Does a lot of things well on the court. Again, man, he's a really good card. He's a good slasher, has fast twitch, precision dunker, posterizer on gold. Like he does a ton of things well. He's also got a very much base 3-esque release. It's really quick and smooth with great shooting badges and pretty good movement ability. Like he's a really, really good budget shooting guard. If y'all watch DBG, y'all know how much he likes that card. I kind of agree with DBG. Julian Strawther is an awesome card. I'm a huge fan of him as one of the best budget cards in the game. Herb Jones is a big piece to this team because he's super duper cheap. He helps bring the budget down and helps keep us under 100K MT at only 3,486 MT right now. He's a 6'7" wing who is a elite defender, although he doesn't have anchor or brick wall, and a very good shooter. He is a pure 3-and-D, not really a ball handler, not a great slasher. Not going to do a ton. He's going to defend his butt off, though, and shoot the ball. And that is all we need out of him. Super duper cheap, great 3-and-D wing is Herb Jones. At the 4, probably in my opinion, the worst card on the team. I don't love this card at this point, but Kenyon Martin, he's got to be the option. I mean, he's 10K MT, and he is at least very complete in terms of his stats and badges in a lot of areas now. He's solidly fast. He's a good shooter. He has the ability to burst. He's a great dunker, and he's a good versatile defender. Doesn't have clamps, doesn't have playmaking badges, really, except for blow by. But he's a very good slasher. He's a solid shooter. His release is slow, but at least he's got range. I don't love this card because I don't love his release, and I don't like the fact that he doesn't have clamps on defense, but at least he can halfway dribble. The Trey Escape is a absolutely beastly move to have, though, so that's nice. You can do that. Try to attack off the dribble with him. And yes, he's a great dunker. Yes, he has the good shooting stats and badges, so that helps him out. And defensively, he's good on the interior as well. He's got anchor. He's got all that type of stuff. He's not a terrible card. I just don't love him at this point, but I think he's got to be the last piece because we got to save a little bit of room for our backup center, which is Mo Bamba. Another 21,000 MT on Mo leads us to a total price for this team of about 95,000 MT. Mo Bamba, a 7-footer with a 7'10" wingspan, 82 speed, 85 3-ball, 85 standing and driving dunk, 90 interior, 94 block, Hoff rise up, Hoff anchor and chase down as well. A really incredibly smooth release. Good dunking badges across the board as well as great interior defensive ability. And that length is so valuable as well. Overall, really, really high on Mo Bamba as an overall card. I think he's an elite option, and I think he's a great, great card in my team to cap off this team. So for 95,000 MT and a little bit of grinding, you can get this entire squad for less than 100K MT in my team, and I think it's a great team, and I think it's fair to include a couple of these free cards. That doesn't even include all the other amazing free cards that you can get, the other free rewards that you can get, all the stuff that you can get on your team, all the slightly more expensive players that would upgrade this team. It is the easiest it has ever been to be nobody spent in my team. I promise you all it is. I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon, and I appreciate y'all. Peace.